Water. Water is essential to everything on this planet. The plants, the animals, we all need it. Our bodies are composed of mostly water, even down to the cellular level. Water is one of the vital aspects that contribute to our overall health and well-being. We need to drink clean water on a daily basis. Water that is free from chemicals and pathogens and drugs. Water that is just clean and pure and even oxygenated is even better. One of the habits that I've been trying to instill in my daily routine recently is drinking warm or hot water in the morning. You can even add some lemon juice to it or apple cider vinegar. But drinking that hot or warm water helps to stimulate your digestive system. It also helps your circulation in your nervous system and can even burn up fat deposits within your body, and it's really good for helping you to get going. One of the things that I'm getting ready to do this morning is we're going to provide water to our animals. They need water, they also need to be fed, and a couple of our animals that we're raising in our chicken tractors and duck tractors need to be moved, so that's what we're going to do. And speaking of water, this tote right here is out of it. And we're gonna need to add some to it too, because it provides water to our layers that are out there. Fill it up here, the water comes down, out through the hose and to their water out there. We're gonna have to provide some water for this one too. We'll get to it here in just a minute. Good morning, ladies. Might be a gentleman or two in there. Ready to move on and get your morning salad? Got some fresh greens for you right here. Not a lot, so we may have to add some.
I'm gonna get eaten by a chicken.
Oh, Micah. Set it there. Take them from at the same time. Uncover the gap. Oh, almost forgot to feed her. These birds have come a long way. Thinking back to when we received them as chicks not too long ago, and now they're close to, it looks like if we were to harvest them today, they'd be somewhere around 4 pounds. But plan to process them in a week from today. So hopefully it looks like they'll be somewhere close to about 5 pounds or so around then. So we'll be processing these as well as the meat ducks that we have. So almost there. Good morning. Bunch of quacks in there. Water. Feed. All right, here we go. And you may notice one rooster in there. This was a rooster from a friend of ours who really didn't need a rooster. So that rooster is actually going to be processed too when we process the chickens and these ducks here. The water that we've been using for the ducks here has been this tub right here. I'll clean it out each day and add water to it. But today I want to try, well, at least for this next couple days, I want to try something different. Even though it's close to the end of them being here, we are going to keep a few, believe it or not, because I do want to have the capability of reproducing on our own, just in case you never know if you can't rely on a hatchery or something to be able to ship birds. We want to have that capability of doing it ourselves. So I'm going to try to save a few males, a male, maybe a female or two, a couple females, and see if we can be able to breed them later on our own to process the rest. Well, back to the water. I want to try something different with the water today, next couple days. So I'll show you that here in a minute. And then we have our layers here. They need to be moved as well. They're a lot smaller than the broilers and even smaller than the ducks. So after we process the broilers and the ducks, we'll be dividing these up. But in the meantime, they're using this clunky tractor here, and we're gonna move them on some grass right back here in the garden. We are gonna add some more greens. The greens are getting lighter and lighter, and no surprise, it's getting cooler and cooler. We've had a number of freezing temps as the low, so and we have even more coming up next few days. So we are going to make sure that they have some greens. Aren't we, Micah? We're gonna harvest some greens for them? Yeah. And all this is just to make sure that there's no predator that can get in the gaps. Just cover it with wood and block. Should be able to move it. Gotta make sure we take the feeder out. And the water.
Nobody wants water.
Here we move, everybody. All right, Micah, can you go ahead and fill up those waters right there?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Need to wait you?
There you go. Yep. So as Micah's filling up those waters over there, I'm gonna work on the water idea that I mentioned earlier. And wherever you buy chicken equipment, livestock, whether it be Tractor Supply or wherever it may be, online, whatever, you see chicken feeders and chicken waterers everywhere. However, what you don't see is waterers for ducks. Ducks can use the same feeders as chickens, but they need something a little different for their watering system. So what we have right here is a 5-gallon chicken waterer. It works great for chickens. They can get right in there and drink all the water they need. However, with ducks, they need to be able to put their head, submerge their head in water. That's really good for their eyes, and if they don't have that, their eyes will actually crust over, and that's not good. So they need to be able to put their head in the water, and with one of these waterers, as well as with a lot of the chicken waterers, pretty much all of them, ducks cannot get their head in there. As a duckling they can, but not when they get bigger. So my idea here is to take this water and combine it with this tub. And with this water right here, you can actually take off the bottom of it, and I'm gonna put it in here. So it's gonna need to be a little bit higher up, so I'm gonna probably put some bricks in under there. And then once we open it up, once there's water in there, those bricks will hold it, and the water will fill up, and the ducks have a lot more room to dunk their head in. So let's see if it works. All right, buddy, did you get those waters filled up for me? All righty. Well, I have a new water for you to fill up right here. So I'm gonna take the ones you filled up here. If you could fill this one up for me too, so that it fills up like that. We'll just take this lid off there, make sure it's tight, won't leak on you. Fill that one up for me. Water time. Get out of the way. There you go. Water. All right, which one of these might be? We'll use block instead of brick. Oh, here's one right here. This will work perfect. All right, you got it? And you know how to put it on? The lid on? You don't push it on like that. Turn it on. There you go. Good job. All right, got this? If you'll carry that tub right there.
Tub. I don't want a brand new one.
It is a brand new one. It's not an old stinky one, is it? All right. So, let's see here. Go ahead in the tub. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the block lock in. Think that'll work like that. And we're gonna put this on here. That might be too tall, so maybe I need some bricks after all. Let's just test it without the bricks first. See how low it goes. Alright, so put that in. There it is. Right, take that out. That goes. Should be once it fills up with the air pressure in the water, it'll stop it. We definitely need something under it. The block's a little too tall, so I guess we'll get a couple bricks. Alright, so got our bricks. Oh man, the rooster just got out. Too busy focusing on watching the water here, the rooster got out. Alright, well I'm gonna let that fill up. Get the rooster here in a minute. Let's go ahead and finish getting the animals feed. Well, then we'll get the rooster and we'll check on our water level. All right. Our water is good on this feed. The water situation looks great. They can get their head into that. Yep. Oh my! It comes down to, you can see that right there. So that means that they're getting their head in there for sure. See that? There's a number of things that I do here to try to minimize the duck mess, and hopefully this can add to the system, but I also use a duck shield where our duck layers are, and that has been extremely effective in managing that. However, I do feel that ducks do need to be able to get their full body in water at times, but they don't have to be able to get in there every day. So this can be another way of providing ducks with water, but help to minimize the mess. Alright, now comes the fun part. Not really. Is to get that escapee over there. Rooster that has escaped. Oh, this will be interesting. Oh, he's going over towards our lair. I don't want him to hop over in there with our other rooster. That'd be bad. They would definitely fight. They don't know each other. So, glad he didn't jump in there. So I was running over here. He shot over here. He doesn't know us very well. And we don't know him very well. So this is interesting here. Do want to be careful of a rooster you're not very familiar with, because they could try to spur you with their claws, and so that's something you do want to be careful with. I do want you to stay back here, Micah. I don't want to get spurred either. I don't think you will. We'll see. Come on over, Sailor. I could use your help. You could just, I'll grab him. You just kind of help pin him towards me. Hold on a minute. I don't want to stir the bees up, so let's walk away from the beehive. Don't point that at him and point him toward the bees. I was too nervous.
I don't want to make it.
Keep standing still, Micah. Got it. All right. He's actually been beat up on before by another rooster. So this was another reason he was by himself. Alrighty, so overall, he's been doing really well in here with the ducks. Hasn't been harassing them at all. I'd be really nervous about him being there with the broilers, as well as really nervous about him being in there with our layers. So I want to put him back in here. And duck water's still going well. There you go. Yeah. Next, we're going to fill up that tank. Thank you guys for helping me out with the rooster.
You're welcome.
Next thing, if you could help me with, I really want to get the chickens and the ducks some more greens. So if you could use the gorilla cart and go around and cut some comfrey and just whatever plants you want to add in there and just make them a nice salad for lunch.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Mikey, you help sail out with that? I know it'd be better if I had a ladder or a little easier system of getting up there. There's just another project on it to do this. As well as a gutter I want to set up for right here to be able to catch rainwater to go right into tote form.
Grab it. And then just throw it in the back. That.
First you need to grab what you need to grab.
Grab it.
Alrighty, so this is what you harvested earlier, right?
Yep.
Alrighty, it's starting to wilt a little bit, but we need to go ahead and get it to the ducks and the chickens. But we have a pretty good reason of why we haven't given them to them yet. And we had some visitors come to the homestead, Austin and Heather.
Hi.
We actually met them at Polyface Farm not too long ago, and they said they wanted to come see your homestead, so I was like, come on.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So if you guys don't mind, we're gonna feed some of these to the ducks and the chickens. Give us a hand.
Cool.
So we're gonna cart them on over. So you guys just toss a little bit in. So our visitors, Heather and Austin, helped us with finishing up serving the greens that Selah and Micah had harvested for them. We provided them for the broilers, the layers, and our meat ducks. The rest we'll give to the ducks. Through the ducks!
These are my favorite.
And a little bit later on, and I didn't know this right at the moment that it happened, but we gave Heather her first experience holding a chicken. And it was really neat. Really cute seeing her hold a chicken for the first time. She really enjoyed it, and you could just see it in her eyes. So as you grab them, one thing you can kind of do is kind of get under them.
Yeah.
I don't know if how much you've held a football, but it's kind of like holding a football. You kind of like put your arm like right there.
Okay.
Tell me how you hold a
So-
football. White wing.
This one won't hurt you, by the way.
Yeah, she won't.
It would be
White
totally
wing.
a
I mean,
Like this.
Yeah, that's much better.
Oh.
I didn't want to offend you, but I thought it was,
No, it was my
pretty
first
early.
Oh, so sweet.
This one's pretty.
She is sweet. That one right there. How old is this one?
How does that one you
3
think?
years old.
It's calming,
Yeah,
right?
it is. Well, Heather and Austin, they're a really cute couple, and they're actually on a big homesteading adventure, and we're going to be featuring them in our next video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And they also have a big announcement that they're going to be sharing with you here on this channel. So make sure you subscribe to this channel and you sign up to receive notifications each time I release a new video, so that way you can stay up to date and keep track with us. And earlier in this video, I talked about water. And how fitting was it that as the day came to a close, it rained. Oh boy. But hey, we got the job done and we got to hang out with some neat friends. And we actually met Heather and Austin at Polyface Farm, and it was really nice to be able to get to know them, and that we were there together at the Weston A. Price event, and we had such a great time. Well, speaking of great times and experiences, there is a virtual conference that I'm extending free tickets to you all. It's called the Thriving Farmer Mushroom Summit, and it's the largest virtual mushroom summit conference in the world. And you can get tickets for free. Make sure you click the show notes below, and in that conference they're going to be covering things about how to grow mushrooms, as well as if you want to start a business with mushrooms, how to do so. So make sure you check it out, and make sure you stay tuned for our next video featuring Austin and Heather. See you next time.